Uh, Welcome, dear friends, to this Sunday morning guided meditation and discussion program at Dhamma in Northern California. We have the um, usual crowd with some of our friends coming in over the Zoom, and we're also blessed today to have a visit by the Dharma Wheels group, which is on a community ride together. This is the most marvelous and creative idea that I ever thought of for Kalyana Mitas, our Dhamma friends, to be together and enjoy each other's company through this method of a group bicycle ride, and also to raise support and awareness for the different monasteries around our region by visiting, as the group is doing today. I know you visited Abhayagiri and the city of 10,000 Buddhists. I don't know what other temples you regularly visit on your rides.
Temple in Grayton. Anybody remember that?
Uh-huh. So this is the temple in Grayton. Spirit Rock Meditation Center. Okay, great. That's wonderful. For the past 5 or 6 weeks since Vesak, we've had the idea to remember what the Buddha did just after his awakening. He spent 7 weeks meditating, sitting under 7 different trees, experiencing the bliss of his enlightenment, gratitude to the trees which had sheltered him, gratitude to nature, and his reflection on dependent arising, which was the insight that the Buddha mentioned as being the key insight of his breakthrough. He said that the Brahman, ardent, absorbed, his doubts all vanish when he understands what has a cause. The Brahman, ardent, absorbed, his doubts all vanish when he sees the end of conditions. So we have methodically, over these past weeks, spoken about ignorance, the arising of an individual in terms of the body and mind and consciousness, the arising of our experiences through contact with the senses, through the feeling that comes up from that, the craving that comes up with that, the attachment that comes up with that, the inclination to take on a continued existence in some realm arising from our attachments, and then finally on the downhill slide, all of those things culminate in old age, sickness, and death, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. So the new Buddha, with his great compassionate wisdom, recollected in his own previous existence and also the existence of the beings all over the world, how beings are born again and again according to their karma and the pain of that. But then there's another side to dependent arising, and that's the side where ignorance is destroyed, finished and done with. And then all of these other factors collapse. And so then there is no more sorrow. There is no more lamentation. There is no more pain, grief, and despair. When those that becoming, that craving for a continued existence is gone, when those attachments are gone, when that thirst or that craving is gone. Mm. I'm coming up to a transition now, because I'll be leaving California on Tuesday and moving to New Jersey, where I shall take up my residence at the Empty Cloud Monastery in West Orange, New Jersey. And in the process, after being here at Dhamma for 15 years, I needed to let go of my possessions here. So the material possessions that are need to be let go of are very small. It's like 2 boxes of material things. But the thing that was so difficult to let go of was my responsibilities. That took months of agonizing effort to let go and hand over and come around to the idea that the people in the future are going to do those things, and they're going to do it in their own way. So even though some people I requested every single thing I ever do, they say, well, what's the procedure for that? Where's that documented? Have you trained somebody else to take over that something? And it's like, nobody trained me. I just did them. So I'm thinking about now meditating on letting go of possessions, letting go of attachment. So having given that little bit of explanation, those who would like to meditate, welcome to come to an upright and balanced posture for meditation. Short, alas, is this life. You die before 100 years. Even if you live a little longer, you still die of old age. People grieve over belongings. Yet there's no such thing as permanent possessions. Separation is a fact of life. When you see this, don't stay attached to any home. Aware of the material body. Aware of the weight of the body on the seat or cushion. Aware of the uprightness of the posture. With just enough energy to remain upright and balanced. And without losing the upright posture, letting all the soft parts of the body relax. relaxing the face, letting the shoulders drop, letting the belly be soft, letting the hips relax, relaxing the legs. Aware of this living body. As not me and not mine, always changing. Aware of the sounds touching the ear. The sound of my voice, the sound of the birds, any other sound. The sounds are not mine. They're impermanent. Hearing will disappear. Aware of the touches touching the body. The clothes touching the body. The temperature of the air. Any aches and pains inside. These sensations, not me, not mine. The sensitive touching will disappear. Letting the mind be completely relaxed, just like the soft parts of the body are relaxed. keeping just enough energy to be alert and awake. Letting each sensation arise and disappear. Not chasing after sensations. Not chasing anything. Just relaxed and still. If the breath is noticeable, letting breath come to the front. Letting awareness rest on the breath, just as the body is resting on the cushion. Not my breath. Impermanent, changing. Each breath will disappear. Just watching each breath. And in the last few minutes, letting attachment be replaced by compassion. Aware of the sorrow of separation, letting go of that, converting to compassion in every direction, all around. May beings be freed from dukkha, to all as to myself. No clinging, no craving, no becoming, no loss, no pain. All around, in every direction, above, below, pure compassion. So this is the time for your questions about meditation, your comment about how the meditation was for you this morning. Or if you don't have any questions or comments, it's always suitable to share words of blessing and encouragement for each other. For those who are online, you can raise the hand. And for those who are uh, in person, you can let me know. But because we're doing this combination of in person and Zoom, you have to come up here and talk to the microphone. I know that the regular students are very brave and they always like to think of having something to say. Okay, Maggie.
Oh, while we still have you here, I wanted to ask, there's discussion among some of my Buddha buddies, I call them, about reincarnation. And some teachers or scholars say that it really is not a basic tenet of Buddhism, that it is more a borrowing from Hinduism. And I'm sure you've heard this, but how much of it is an accepted, this is part of Buddhism, that reincarnation? And anyway, just your thoughts.
That's a really great question. The understanding of rebirth and the dukkha connected with the round of samsara is so embedded and so intrinsic to the Buddhist teachings. The way in which the human desire for life or for continued existence and all of the everything that flows from that is very intrinsic. So when we go more deeply into trying to understand the whole of the Buddhist teachings, it's very difficult to get the full depth of what the Buddha is telling us without rebirth being part of the picture. At the same time, it is not all right to take up something that doesn't ring true with your own understanding or your own ethics just for the sake of belonging to a group. Buddhism does not give a catechism and you must put your hand up on the Pali Canon and swear to believe in certain things, or else you're not allowed to be a member of the group. So, and that's a very deep tendency, beliefs or concepts of what we think is reality is actually a co-creation of the culture that's happening in an interpersonal way among people, and that everything that we believe has been created because of the culture that we came up with. I know that for myself, I was raised in a religious family, but the church was not even as powerful a part of the culture that I think I have than scientific materialism was really the culture, and I had to, I've had to do some real development and evolution of my own thinking in order to try to step aside from the cultural baggage that I have as a modern person and try to understand the space like what people knew in the ancient times. They knew different things than we know. And that's one reason why I love having lived at the Aranyabodhi Hermitage for a long time. So washing up in a creek or not having a flush toilet and having just keeping the things, just keeping clean being such an extreme amount of effort. Noticing how the natural process of the forest makes everything decay and get moldy and mildewed, and so the forest is always like eating our material possessions, and and living in that sort of semi-primitive way for a long time made it easier to understand like what's the point of of what the of what the Buddha was teaching. So my answer is I do think that rebirth is a very deeply intrinsic to the what the Buddha taught. But if it doesn't work for you and you can find your own workaround for it, well, do what you've got to do. Nobody's forcing you. If the Buddha had been born today, or if we got another Buddha that was born now, I think he would have integrated the basic viewpoint of Darwin into the Dhamma, and he would have given a profound spiritual way of understanding what the concepts that have been so influential in our modern times arising from Darwin. So that's my answer. Okay, I'm going to call on Diana.
Thank you, Ayya. When you were talking about letting go of personal possessions and stuff, there's nothing like coming home after being gone a couple of months and finding that your room has been invaded by mice and they have peed and pooped on everything, and then also chewed up a bunch of favorite stuff. It's like you gotta let go of those things.
Right.
So I've had to I cleared out a storage, and Goodwill got a lot of donations. And Maggie, you mentioned reincarnation. Something on that, because I, of course, grew up, with the Christian belief that you're only here once, and it's like you only get one lifetime to learn all of this stuff. When I learned about reincarnation, I went, oh, this is a relief. You get more than one chance to keep learning all these lessons, because it's like, how can you stuff all this learning into one lifetime? It's like it's too much. There's so much to learn with all these spiritual lessons, and it's like, if I'm right in my thinking about the Buddha, he took more than one lifetime to learn it. So it takes a lot of pressure up so that you can just learn. So thank you, Ayya, and happy journeys, or happy trails to you. Anyway.
I just want to give one sort of I'm not correcting you, but when you say there's so much to learn, there's so much to let go of. And even after we've let go of a lot, as we come to our maturity in this practice, it can be a discovery from time to time, oh, there's something left still that I was holding on to. And I got to let go of that, like whenever these things come to be discovered. Oh, I'm holding on to that. And when you know that there's attachment, as soon as you know it, that's the golden opportunity to let go.
Is that like starting each day with an empty cup?
Yeah, could be. Unless, okay, I don't want to talk about my cup. I have a particular cup that I've had for more than 40 years, and I didn't let go of the cup.
It's a nice cup. You should keep that anyway. And then pass it along to somebody else.
Yeah. But I know the cup is impermanent, and it's going to get lost. And when it becomes separated from me, I will not grieve. I won't be sad. It'll just be, just something. Nathan, would you like what?
I just understand this will be our last Sunday. Yes. I've been here for the better part of 9 years. I went to all the monasteries and all the temples around the area. And when I was introducing myself and learning, and I went to take some courses on religious backgrounds, um, I came here at the end. I think I just did my 9th VSOC, renewing my vows. My library's grown incredibly. My wife tells me this is the greatest decision that I've ever made to become Buddhist. It affects every day of my life. I know I don't chat very much on these. It is a little emotional to see you leave. I got to be fair. You welcomed me when I walked in. When I did my first Vasa, you stood next to me. Um, I hope to be able to follow you in empty cloud somewhere digitally. Um, but I just did want to make it known that it's a little impact on one person's life that can change exponentially and just make, just to feel welcome that day. I don't know if if you didn't make me feel welcome, would I have returned? Right. And it's all about, the word now is vibe. It's all about how people feel in the moment. And this moment is going to be tough. And I genuinely, um, I appreciate the teachings. I appreciate you welcoming me here. And my son, I tried. He's doing what they do. So, again, it was more for me and you. I just wanted to let you know that I always appreciated being here. Through everything, through the fires and through the COVID, and gosh, 9 years is a long time. So I generally truly appreciate everything. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
There was one occasion when another member of our group was hospitalized for an illness, and Nathan was working in the ER, or working in the hospital, and so she had the chance at that moment to have that Dhamma connection, which had been facilitated by so many Sundays of coming together for the meditation and having lunch together and developing this friendship. So spiritual friendship is so important. I'm not good at keeping in touch with many people because I'm introverted. Um, I'm not like some people, like our founding abbess Ayya. I don't know how many friends she has, but I believe she has more than 300 close friends. And she really invests in serving her friends by being available to speak to them through correspondence and so forth. For me, I particularly connect with the one who's in front of me at a particular moment of time. And I think that everyone, you need to have somebody who's for you, who's like on your side, who is not judging, just wants you to succeed. And so that's the attitude that I've tried to do. Now I see I'm going to call him Daniel, then Patipada, then Karina, then Ananaya.
I'll keep it brief, so give everyone a chance. But yeah, I just wanted to echo sort of what was said before. Obviously, I'm relatively new here, but I really appreciate sort of the insight and simplicity with which you described the Dhamma that has been deeply impactful for me and allowed me to understand a lot of the kind of nuance and complexity of Buddhist thought in a way that really didn't have the opportunity to before, and spent a lot of time kind of banging my head against and struggling with. And so I really appreciate and value that.
Thank you. I'll go on Patipada.
I um um it's it's sad to see you go, but I know where you are, so you're just a plane ride away. Um, you have saved me whenever I was on a path to self-destruction, holding on to pain and suffering so tightly that I could not see anything in front of me. Your teachings have helped me to have moments of seeing and experiencing life as it is. And all I want to say is you are one of the biggest blessings in my life.
Mm.
And thank you very, very much
Oh,
for your teachings, your wisdom, your metta. There are times when I do feel that metta.
Mm.
There are times when I'm still a bit closed off and don't feel anything.
Mm.
But the wisdom you've shared, you've touched so many lives. And with mine, you have actually saved it several times. And I thank you for that.
now, Patipada, you have a very particular kind of wisdom, born from, in part from the difficult experiences you had early in life. And I don't know if you know how many people you have saved by your wisdom that you've shared in our discussions that we've had through this group and other groups over the years. So besides being for you, something else that I've tried to do is to respect you and to see that wisdom is not just a one-way street that flows from the teacher to the lay people, but the wisdom is co-created. And everybody who's been coming repeatedly to this group, sometimes we're like looking at the elephant. So one person really understands the tail, and somebody else really understands the leg. And among all the different people in the group, we sort of get to understand the elephant. So
When are you going to be in Sacramento? Is it tomorrow or Tuesday?
Sacramento is tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to call on Karina. And oops, sorry, I made a mistake on the spotlight. Go ahead, Karina.
Thank you. I really wanted to be there today, but I'm just not feeling well. So I wanted to, yeah, Patipada, you definitely made me cry. I thought I was doing okay, but now I'm more tender. There's two things I wanted to say, Ayya Sobhana. One is, yeah, if I look at my Dhamma journey and I think of my teachers, you definitely have a big section of my heart. And if I, who knows how long, how many more years, hopefully I'll get to live. But yeah, there's not that many more. And there's just, yeah, so you occupy a big section of my heart. And what I wanted to offer as a reflection a while back was on the meditation you led you know, letting go and the being separated from the things you love is, such a basic fact of life and of the teaching. But the way you, at the end, towards the end of the meditation, the way you brought in the compassion of it, also so normal, so natural, but it really, it let me turn around. Because like before, I feel like I was like looking back at all the things I'm losing or could lose, and there was still just like a longing, and like intellectually I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to be separated, or I've been separated from certain things, but the compassion let me turn around and start looking forward. So just I wanted to say appreciation for that. And oh yeah, was it Daniel? Yeah, he phrased it so well. And just the way you've illuminated many concepts and really connected things for me also. Just much appreciation for you. You're part of my heart that can never be taken away.
So I'm going to apologize a little bit to the Dharma Wheels because you were not planning on coming to a memorial service. And I'm going to invite Ananaya to be the last person to share reflection.
I share everything that people have said before, and particularly glad Nathan is able to be there this morning. As I am going to be 80 here pretty soon, the looking back, this has been an extraordinary 10 years for me of personal and spiritual growth, and you've been a very key part of that. I'll never forget the first time Diane brought me to Dhamma. This is when you were on Grange, and my heart just opened. I thought, I found home finally. And so you've been part of that, the family here for a long time. And to Karina's point, I have been working on the letting go, and compassion is the perfect way or means to let go of something that's so personal on some levels, and the heartfelt joy, the mudita for your leaving and going to something that can be so beneficial to you, and a natural expansion, and that you are an older person too. This is particularly heartening to see you go and move forward into something that can lead you to a fuller and deeper expression and understanding of Dhamma. So that is one of my most fervent aspirations for you. And that you were there all the time through some very serious patches, health-wise, over these years. And yes, that's all I don't think I need to say anymore. But, and thanks to everyone in the Sangha who's been here steadily all these years.
Mm-hmm. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now you'll have the chance, all of you, please stick together, be friends with each other, keep coming back here to this Zoom space, and together with Venerable Kachayana, Dhammavara, Dhammanusari, and the other monastics that you're going to see here, you will be carrying forward what has been started here. We can close now by giving respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The Lord, the perfectly enlightened and blessed one, I render homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One. The teachings so completely explained by him, I bow to the Dhamma. The Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well, I bow to the Sangha.
Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for everything, Ayya.